All right, guys, today is the first. It's a new month. I didn't even realize that. So it's a perfect time for a call. And today we're going to talk about the 7 tips on dominating your day before breakfast. So it's basically just dominating your business in general, but I liked that. I listened to a podcast that was titled this, and that's what inspired tonight's call. And then I listened to a few others that also went in hand with what I put together. But that was the name of it. And I thought it was really awesome because for me, I always feel like my biggest strength is that I do so much before I even get to my breakfast. And I know like we have to eat our breakfast and we have to do all these steps, but I'll get to that too. But the thing is that it means being ready before breakfast for your day, not so much getting ready in the morning for your day. So that's what we're going to do today, and that's what I'm going to teach you. I have a slideshow, so I'm more organized with what I tell you, not scattered. So I'm going to share the screen now. If anyone can't see it, just chat and we'll fix it. But everyone has their face on today, so I guess you can all see my screen today. So I'm going to share it now. Just let me know if anything goes wrong. All right, thumbs up. You guys see it? Okay, cool. Okay, so I know I wrote it's the 7 steps, but I rather call it the blueprint to dominate in your day because this is like basically everything you need. And if you follow most of these steps or all of them, then you're going to have the most success in not only your business, but in your personal life. I think that's something I'm really good at. And a lot of people say that. And although some days I feel like insane and crazy because I'm all over the place and I know that. But for the most part, I have my day pretty structured. So I think I'm pretty good at this. So the first part is called identifying your grandest goals. So what that means is not only in your business, but also your personal life. So you don't want long-term goals only, you want short-term goals. When you make your short-term goal, it will when you make your long-term, it will add up to your short-term. So you make the big grand picture of the big scheme of things, but then you want the short-term goals to go to make it to that grand one. So you don't want to do your goals within years. You don't want to say in a year from now, I'm going to be a diamond or I'm going to be a 2-star diamond. You want to make everything in quarters. That's why like our business tracker, it says like your goal, right? On every single one at the top, it says where you're at and what your goal is. So what you want to do is in 90 days, I plan on being a diamond coach. In 90 days, I plan on succeeding in finishing, like I'm doing my personal training test now, right? I'm finally finishing it. So that's my 90-day goal right now. My goal in life is that I need to finish that test because it's important. It needs to get done and I've been putting it on the back burner. So that would be my quarter goal. Then what I would do is set up my 30-30-30 by making sure I'm prioritizing getting that main goal done in some way or somehow. So in my days of daily tasks, I need to make sure that's a priority. So then if you could see, if you set it up 90 days, then it becomes monthly, weekly, daily, and then grand. So within all of that, at the end of the year, if 90 days I had a goal of being a personal trainer, my next 90 days after that is doing my post and prenatal certifications. So that would be my next 90 goal. So by the end of all of the year, just with those 2, I should be certified in all of that and so on and so forth. Then, my next 90 goal would be to be, wait, hold on one second. Darby is texting me for the meeting code. Sorry guys. Okay. So, so after those 90 and 90, I want to be a 2-star diamond now because although that's always on my list of things to do, that's going to be my main goal for those 90 days. So if I haven't met that goal yet, I'm going to make sure within those 90 days, my effort goes to just becoming a 2-star diamond. So in the grand scheme of things, if I meet all 4 of my 90-day goals, I'll have 4 big goals and accomplishments all together within life and business. And that goes for everything. You can also make your goal to be, you want to take up yoga or you want to do whatever, just make a goal. You want to establish your anchor habits. So for example, anchor habits are when you wake up, when you work out, and when you work. So those are 3 things that you have to do daily, and they're anchors. They're anchor in your life. They're there all the time, no matter what. But then what you want to do is set complementary goals to go along with it. So when I wake up, I'm always going to drink a liter of water. When I work out, when I'm over, I'm going to always do 5 minutes yoga at the end. And when I work, I'm always going to answer my emails first because that's my priority in my business. So you just want to do that with every kind of goal you have. It doesn't mean those are the goals you're going to have, but that's just the idea of it all. So you have the anchors. Anchors, again, are what you need to get done every single day, what needs to happen, and complementary are the things that are going to make those anchors more enjoyable, more productive. The next one is called Design Your Ideal Week. So what you want to do is every Sunday, you want to sit down and on paper, in visuals, you want to put on what your ideal week is going to look like for that week. And the reason we do it weekly and every Sunday, I like to do it Sundays. I mean, you could do it Saturday, Sunday, whatever works for your schedule. I like Sundays because I feel like the work week is over, the weekend is over, I'm refreshed, I'm ready for my Monday goals. So that's when I'm thinking the most clearly, to be honest. I usually like do something to de-stress, maybe take a bath, whatever, take a walk, do something that distresses you, and then write down your ideal week. I'm big on charts and papers and lists, but you need to have one set ideal week. So what are the things that you need to accomplish? Like going into this week for me, I needed to accomplish a meet-in for my son's school. I have a vendor event on Friday. So these are things, and I wanted to dye my hair, okay? But that's personal. You need to have all these goals. So my week was planned around these three major things that for me were important in my life, right? I wanted to do these three things. And I'll get into why the hair is a personal thing, but also it relates to this at the end. But those were my three goals. And everything I have written down is prioritized around those goals. Even just fun activities like leaving the house for an hour to go do something. Like I had everything set around those goals. Is it going to go exactly to what you plan every day? Absolutely not, because life isn't perfect. But if you have an idea, it's easier to stay on track than to go astray. So look at the bigger picture of the weekend goals. So you also want to remember that you're taking in consideration what your 90-day goal is when you're making your week goals. So you want to prioritize the goals and set them up. What are the things that need to be done and can't be compromised? And what are the things that can wait till the next day? So for me yesterday, the things that had to get done no matter what was Cyber Monday, because I wanted to get Christmas shopping done. Go through all of my bills and set up a plan for paying them, because for me that's a distraction in my business and my life, because I'm thinking about it when I shouldn't be thinking about it. So having it in front of me made it easier. And then in my business, my biggest goal was to go through every one of my clients that I haven't spoke to in a long time and reach out to them. So just clients no one knew. I answered whoever had a question, but I set up, prioritized on the clients I already had or have that needed my attention. And when I was done with those three, I honestly didn't have that much more time. I don't even know where my list went. I have it somewhere, but I had a few things on there that could have waited till tomorrow or today. So I wanted to start a blog and learn how to Pinterest and link them. That was something business related I wanted to do today. That was on my list, and I did start that. I didn't finish. That's a longer term, but these are just things that I knew had to get done, and then things that I wanted to get done, but could wait and get to the list the next day. So you don't get stressed out. That was a big thing for me. I used to stress a lot when I didn't finish my whole list, and I'd feel like I didn't accomplish anything. But then I realized I accomplished 3 or 4 things, and that's a lot to accomplish with 3 kids and a business and a house and all these other things. Set time limits when you have no distractions. So between 15 and 30 minutes a day. It's easier for some than others. So some people have more time than that, right? But for me, I don't have 15 to 30 minutes ever without distractions. So I have to find my 15 to 30 minute window. And in that window, I make the most important things for my day happen. So if it's like literally emailing or messaging every person, I need you to get that out, and then I'll have to answer them as the day goes. And that's what I spend my time doing for those 15 to 30 minutes. If it's creating this PowerPoint for my presentation tonight, or whatnot, then that's what I do for that 15 or 30 minutes. So just make sure that you have that, because it also clears your mind. So if there's other things you're forgetting, you might think of it in those moments. And then stick to your ideal week. Like I said, it's not going to be perfect. You are going to have moments of astray, but try not to. Try your hardest to stick to that plan. So the next important thing is task management. I don't know what's wrong with me tonight. Sorry. Task. Oh my God. Management. Okay. Okay. So use an app or a binder to organize your time. I know a lot of people are big on apps, and there was a lot that I heard today that one was called like Workflowy. I'm actually in the middle of downloading it, so I don't have any reviews on it, but I'm going to try to use it. I'm really more big on paper, but I do know that if I don't write it down in 4 different places then. I don't always have it on me, so I do write it in 4 different places because I'm crazy. But I know that using my phone, I went and got the Plus on purpose because it's literally like a computer in your hand, and it sucks sometimes when it's just for pleasure, but it works, and I did it on purpose. And I want to try to use that more often now. So whatever you have, use one dedicated manager. So for me, I'm going to try this workflowy one now. I'll tell you guys how it works out. But it's something that you totally rely on. So you don't have those 4 different places. That's not relying on something. That's relying on lots of things. Choose a system that you love and put everything in there, not just your business and not just your personal. Like, everything needs to be in one spot, because then when you sit down and you try to ideal your day or ideal your week, you're optimizing it because it's all visually in front of you. You're not looking in 5 different lists. So I do the same thing, like a grocery list here and a day planner here for what I have to do with my kids, and then here is my plan for my business. So there's like always 4 different lists in front of me, and that doesn't help. It just makes me really, really anxious. So optimize your day by putting it in one spot. This is something I'm going to start doing. So let's try to do it together. Let's make that, plan together, and try to have it with you at all times, whether you like to put it in your little organizer in your bag or you like to put it in your phone. Just make sure. I always leave the house with my little organizer, even if I don't use it. And the last thing for that is to set your goals to 0. So you need to set up the things that you need to have at 0 every day. So 0 messages in your inbox, whether it be Facebook, email, or your text messages. And this is something I'm also going to start doing. So this is something we're going to do together, because I go to bed every night with like 18 messages in my inbox, in my text messages. I had 40 text messages this morning. So it's been something I've been very bad at, because at night I get tired and my brain starts not working. But for me, I think the best thing to do is just answer them at this point, get those to 0, and let them know I read it, I'm here, I can't answer you right now, but I'm whatever. So that's my new goal for going further with this task management. The next thing is track your progress. And I love this idea. And it's kind of like the same idea of just the daily tracker, but add into it your personal goals, what worked on social media, what didn't, what worked when you had a conversation, what didn't, what worked when you worked out, what didn't, stuff like that. Not just who I talked to, don't forget to message them back type thing, like everything as a whole, like weekly, monthly, annually. What worked for you? What got crickets? Who did you leave behind, and who should you reach out to? Posts that got the most hits on your Facebook, on your Instagram. What social media works the best for you? Are you really good at Facebook? Are you awesome at Periscope? What is working for you? Where are you getting results? And go with that. Ideal weeks that worked for you. So if you have your ideal week set up, I suggest putting them into a binder after every week, and then making notes at the end of the week or during the week. So that way, when you go back to your ideal week binder, you could be like, oh, this was like a really good week in my business. Like, write down like how many people signed up with you that week. Write down how many people were inspired by you, like where you got the most awesome comments, like where people were just like, this makes me want to get on board, and like, where did you get that most feedback from, positive, and go back to that week and be that person that you were in that week again, because that week worked for you. So not just in your business, but also in your life, like I said. So say you just were really good one week at prioritizing your kids' schedule and your schedule, like, and whatever worked that week, it just worked so well. Go back to that week and start over again. And then review your progress, like I said, because going pro means getting results. So if you want to be a pro in this business or any business or in your life, then you need to get results that are positive. And you need to know why you're getting those positive results, because you're going to be organized in what you're doing. The next thing is envision and focus on your target. So what you want to do more than anything is not know who your target is, but who your target is definitely not. Once you have them identified, you're just not reaching out to those people and you're not contacting them. So even if you see an opportunity for whatever reason, sometimes it's not worth the effort to reach out to the people that are in your market. And I'm a big victim of this, because I'm like a helper of everyone, right? I want everyone to be on my team. I want everyone, and it's not about money or anything. It's just that I want to help the whole world, right? But then I'm realizing that it's so hard to help people that aren't in my target market, because I don't have a lot to offer them sometimes. So it's almost better to find them someone that works with them and lose that than to waste your time on something that's not going to work out. I know that's really hard to hear, especially for people that are struggling with getting business or whatever. But the people that are your target market are they're going to be the reoccurs, and they're going to be your referrals, and are going to be your future coaches and staying clients. So just try to focus on who is not your target, and then you'll be focused more on who is. Vision boards are great, but a lot of people think that you need to put like big Ferraris or mansions on them, and it's not that it's not achievable, because of course anything is achievable, but it's not really realistic, right? And even if it was, it's not a short-term goal, it's be a long-term goal. So just make an achievable vision board, like pictures of you working out in the morning, pictures of you drinking your Shakeology, a picture of um, Shailene because you're doing PIO. Whatever it is, make a vision board on that and add to that inspiring quotes. So things that you want to feel every day, not just things you want to do. So do you want to be happy? Do you want to feel fulfilled? Do you want to be inspiring to other people? How do you want to feel? And what do you want to be reminded of every day? And put that on your board. So when you look at that board every day or every week or month, you could switch it out how often or as big as you want. You're going to feel that way as when you read it, because it's just in front of your face. So around my desk right now, it says, do what you love, dream big, be grateful, give love, and dream big, live happy. And those are really important to me. And that's what I base my day on every day. So it just shows you that if you read my post, you know, that's like my genuine and general consensus, right? But that's because that's all I see in front of me every day. So when I wake up and see that, I'm like, I'm ready to set my day to that tone. So have light music or a mood set in when you're working, or you can have pumped music. It could go either way. So for me, I loved like pumped, crazy music. So I just like listen to that when I work. But then like tonight when I was getting ready for this, I put on a candle and I drank some tea because I needed to chill out and think about what I was doing. So whatever sets your mood positively. And like I said, your workspace, like my workspace now is like perfect. It's how I want it. It has pictures of us on my desk, Elite Empire. It has the Shailene and Autumn little bobbleheads. It's all about what I do, but who I am. It has my certifications, stuff like that. So be proud of where you work and feel like it's your workspace, not just somewhere you plop down. And on a side note, they said in the podcast, which I thought was a pretty cool tip. I don't know too much about this, so you can look it up. But what they said was inversion. It's pretty much being upside down for a few minutes a day, and it's supposed to help your brain power. And while you're envisioning your vision board or your day or whatever, it's just supposed to like help you like clear your mind for the day. And it's clinically proven or scientifically proven. I don't know. Look it up. It sounded really good. I don't know if I'm going to do it, but if you do, take a picture and send it to me. Set work hours and act like it's a job. So when you set your work, and this is a big thing for me right now, I'm going to tell you, I just had this conversation with Darby. And for me, this was a big downfall in my life lately, was that I was just scatterbrained with my whole business again. And the problem for me was that I started, when I started this business, I was working full part-time. It was a part-time job, but a full-time job at the same time. And I only had 2 kids, and it was very different. I had a smaller apartment. I didn't have as much to do. And then now I have all this freedom, right? Now I'm a true entrepreneur. I work from home and I set my own hours, but doing that sometimes can make you crazy. So you have to make sure you're setting them and you're sticking to them. And family time has to be family time and work has to be work. So if you're going to go out with your kids or your husband and whatever, then don't answer messages and that's it. If you lose a client because you don't answer messages for 2 or 3 hours, I mean, that's just unheard of. It doesn't happen. So don't even think that way. And I used to think that way. I know that you guys think that way because I was you. In the first 3 months, I was glued to my phone. I literally had carpal tunnel. It was terrible. I used to like do this when I typed on my phone because it hurt so bad. But I was you, and I literally was on beck and call for everyone. And it doesn't do anything better or worse. People are going to either commit or they're not. It doesn't matter if you get them in that moment. And if you got them in a moment where they're going to say, you know what, I shouldn't have done that because you were just right there to get with them, they're either going to not continue, they're going to cancel, they're going to fail. So you want people to let it marinate. You know, you don't want it to just be there all the time. And you also want to come off professional, right? So you want it to be like, these are my work hours. Sorry, I didn't get back to you. It was out of my work hours, right? So for me, this is something I'm working on, and I did it today and it felt a lot better, is to shower, get dressed, and feel good. So not 75% of the day, I meant 75% of the week. So if you're working from home, it's not realistic to say that every single day you're going to get dressed and feel good because, you know, there's days we want to stay in our sweatpants, even when we have real jobs. So if you feel that way, then you go with it and you flow with that. But for me, I was like literally in my workout clothes till Dan got home, which he just got home like an hour ago. and I work out really early in the morning, you guys see. So I would be in these gross workout clothes all day, and then I would sit down, focus on Beachbody, and then like lose myself, and then I'd feel like a mush by 3 or 4 o'clock in the afternoon. So for me now, it's all about self first, then work. So I'm not working anymore until 12 o'clock in the afternoon, because by that time I've done all of my goals for the day as far as working out, eating good, getting my kids situated. Jackson's been at school, and I know that might be a good time to work, but for me, Anthony needs my attention during that time. So I put him for a nap when Jackson gets home, and I work. That's my new plan. And act like you're going to see clients. So act like if you don't get to work on time, like 12 o'clock is my start time. I need to get there. I'm going to get fired, right? Like if you don't get to work at 9 o'clock and that's your start time, you're going to get fired. You're going to lose your job. You're going to get written up. Write yourself up or fire yourself if you're not doing this, because you need to be more strict on what you do for your work hours. And if you are working a full-time job or a part-time job or whatever it is, and you're not doing this full-time, that's fine too. Just make set hours for the time that you do put the focus on this. So say your lunch break, you just want to eat your salad or eat your whatever, and you want to work on your business for the hour, then your power hour has to be your power hour, and there can't be any ifs, ands, or buts. No Facebooking, Instagramming for any other reason except for what you're doing with business. And the last thing is stay humble, stay hungry, and stay happy. And this is my favorite one, because I wrote a few things down that I heard and I thought were awesome. So what bigger success brings bigger failures, and that we all struggle. So you may see some of us that are always on the boards, right? The leaderboards or the success club points or whatever else, but we all struggle. And when we fail harder. So when I lose my rank, I lose a bigger rank because I'm higher, right? So you got to know that it is hard no matter where you are. If you're 1-star, no star coach, 15-star coach, there's more struggle and there's more goals to be met. And that means when you fail harder. I've had tremendous success, and I've also had a lot of failure. They go hand in hand. So with one comes the other. So if like this month was terrible for me, you guys saw I just made Success Club 5, and it literally was on a whim. Like I can't even tell you how happy I was when I saw that point. It like changed my whole life, because I've never ever had such a hard month before, but that happens, and it happens to all of us. So everyone is the same. It's just everyone has a different struggle. So don't compare yourself. With the journey, there's always a journey. Success is always work. Past success does not dictate your future success. Just because I'm 1-star diamond, just because Darby's 6-star diamond, and so on and so forth, that doesn't mean forever and ever that's going to be our rank, because our rank is there because of the people that work hard below us, and so on and so forth. So if you think that if you make it somewhere, you're just going to be there, and if you think that we've gotten where we are and we're sitting pretty, it is so wrong. Like we stress all the time. We are working our butts off, literally. So the harder you work is the luckier you get. And luck is where effort meets opportunity. And that's like a really big thing that I wanted to stress. That's why it's in capital letters, because we're not really lucky, right? Like everyone thinks, oh, you're so lucky. Everyone signs up with you, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, oh my God, I wish it was luck. If it was luck, I would just answer someone, sign them up, and move on with my day, right? But that doesn't happen. I like work in my sleep. I dream about my conversations with people. I wake up thinking about Beachbody when I go to the bathroom at night, or the baby's crying. Like that's what's on my mind, because I work super hard at my business because I don't want it to fail. So there is no luck. There's no real luck. Luck just comes when you put the effort out there, and that's when your opportunity comes. So being at the beginning of something, you don't have to be an expert, but you want to start at the beginning and then become an expert, right? So that doesn't mean that you have to become certified in anything like I did, or whoever has, or whoever started in certifications or something. But you still need to learn about what you're doing, right? So you may not know anything more than a 21-day fix when you start, or T25 or P90, but you need to know about them eventually. You need to know about what Shakeology offers and what it does for your body. You need to know what the performance line's about. You need to offer something about clean eating, because that's our consensus of what we teach. So you don't need to be a real expert, but you need to be an expert in your own mind and in your own will, because the people aren't going to want to go with someone or stick with someone that doesn't really have any knowledge. And if you don't know, be honest. Someone asked me a question last night, which I have to get back to, reminding me now. And I had no idea the answer at all. And I wasn't going to pretend like I did. I said, I have no idea, but I will research it for you. Can that person research it themselves? Absolutely. But why? I'm their coach and they look to me for the help, right? So I'll do the best I can. I'll tell them this is what I have for you, but I'm not an expert. This is just what I think, right? Go that extra mile, become an expert. And last, don't get cocky, make good choices, follow your gut and work your butt off. And that's the period, the end of it. You work your butt off, you get success. If you think that running your business one day, every other day or whatever, or an hour here and there is going to make you successful, that's not. And if you're okay with not growing your business, that's fine too. Like no one is telling you what to do. But if you're on this call, then you're trying to grow your business, right? Like you think that I have something to offer you that may change this week for you. So use it. Don't listen to me. Don't watch me. Don't tell me how great I am at the end. Take it and use it. As soon as you get off this call, the first thing you should do is everything I just told you to do. And if you can't do it now, like get it done by tomorrow, because this is your first goal, is to finish these 7 steps, because this is what is going to change the course of your business. So my own tips are this. It kind of coincides with some of the things I said. So before I get out of my bed every morning, I have a water next to my bed and I drink it. So it's warm water. It's just a bottle, nothing special, but I drink it because my goal is to always drink water right away in the morning. Before I get out of my room, I put my workout clothes on and I make my bed. And I usually go and make everyone's bed because I just feel better about my day once everyone's bed is made. But I always make my bed, and people always comment on my pictures that, you know, when I had a bad day and it's in my mirror, they're like, well, at least your bed's made. And I'm like, yeah, because it's my goal every morning. It's always been my goal the last few months since I've been staying home, because when I used to work, I used to leave it unmade all the time. And when I came home, I'd feel so stressed when I saw that bed unmade. It was just ridiculous. So are we going to get back in it later? Yeah, of course we are. But are we getting back in it for hours? No. So make it. When I get to my kitchen, the first thing I do is get my tea set up to get heated. And then I put my diffuser on, which I'm totally into these essential oils now, but I use the peppermint one and I really suggest it for anyone that can go get one. You can get it on Amazon for cheap. You don't always have to buy the really expensive ones. I got it from Walmart and it works fine. It was $20 and it came with the peppermint, lavender, and diffuser. And it like literally wakes me up. The smell of it is like so enlightening every morning, and it like smacks you in the face. So those are my 2 things once I get to the kitchen. And then my day follows my ideal work week. So if my next steps would be for me personally to give my kids breakfast, just dress Jackson, get his snack in his backpack, et cetera, and then prep my breakfast and prep my pre-workout while I'm prepping my on-demand all at the same time. This is what happens, right? And that's what I do every single day. And honestly, if you were in my house with a camera, you would see me do this every single day. I'm not even lying, but it works because how do I work out every day? How do I make sure I eat a good breakfast every day? How do I do it, right? I have 3 kids under the age of 4. I do it because it's the same day every day. And it seems like Groundhog Day. If you ever seen that movie, that's kind of what my life is like. But that's what it is. And it's even the same parts. Like my kids are always yelling and fighting and so on and so forth. And it's always the same. And last, plan tomorrow on paper tonight. So that's basically what I just told you. Go out tonight and make your goals on paper. See them, visualize them, and know them before you go to sleep. What's that quote? Like, go to bed with goals and wake up with determination, or all that stuff. Go to bed with goals, wake up with success. All of it goes hand in hand, right? Like if you go to bed knowing this is what I'm going to do tomorrow, I cannot wait to work out tomorrow. For me, I can't wait to like drink my pre-workout. It's like my drug. So like I get excited when I know I'm going to wake up in the morning and drink it and then work out. So that's what gets me motivated to work out, because why drink a pre-workout if you're not going to work out, right? So I have to work out now. So it's my goal. Let me just stop the share so you can see your faces. All right, so I hope that all helped. I tried to be as organized as possible because I do want to put this in the group for you guys to refer back to. And as usual, I'll probably make a document to go with it for you guys so we have it for the future. But I do really believe in all of these steps, and 90% of it I do. 90%. I'm skipping that 10% because I have my issues with task management where I have too many things going on all over the place. And because I wasn't getting up every day acting like I had a job and I was losing my vision. So my 10% there, that's what I need to fix. So find out where your percent lies within everything I said and tweak what needs to be fixed and get it done by the end of this week. And I assure you, you guys will be messaging me next week and saying thank you. Like everything went smoother. I had more people reaching out to me, or I reached out to people I forgot about, or whatever it is. and not just in your business, like I said, but your own life. And honestly, the best advice I have right now, and this is because I just went through this myself and I'm going through it, is like self-care is so important. And I put an Instagram picture up the other day and I got a lot of attention because it was about self-care. And, you know, it's something that we all struggle with, especially moms, you know, putting ourselves first and like getting dressed every day and brushing our hair and brushing our teeth and like normal things that people take for granted because we just don't have time to do that sometimes. So put yourself first in life, and then in your business, it will just come naturally, because you guys can attest to the fact that when you're posting your best version of yourselves, you're getting the most hits, you're getting the most attention, you're getting the most positive feedback. And even if you're just inspiring someone, yes, I did record, sorry. even if you are just getting positive feedback from someone and they never sign up with you, you just know that you're making a difference in someone's life, and that means everything as well, right? Don't just make it always about like what you sell and what you don't sell, because if that was the case, I would have quit a long time ago. I can tell you, I went through my client list today. It's crazy. I have like 500 people under that client list between leads and people that signed up with me personally. And I don't have 500 people buying monthly Shakeology or monthly things, but I know that I probably help all of those people still somehow, some way, every single day of my life. So it's really important to know that your self-care is what comes first, and that's what shines above everything else that you do. People like when they see you working out or eating well because you're taking care of yourself, not because you're losing weight or you look hot or whatever. Just it's because you're taking care of yourself, and people dig that because they need to take care of themselves and they want to be that way. So just know that that's the best thing that you can do right now for yourself. So Hannah just answered. I'm going to see if anyone wants to say anything, add anything, or ask a question right now. No, we're good. Wait, hold on, Carla. Let me unmute you. Go ahead.
No, I was actually just going to ask what the podcast was that you listened to, and if it's just is it for everybody, or is it just for diamonds and things like that?
Oh, it's not anything to do with Beachbody. I listen to so many different podcasts. This one in particular is called Entrepreneur on Fire. And I do listen to that one. Yeah. So I honestly, I'm going to tell you right now, I'm a liar right now because I never listened to it before. I've had it on my phone for months because I think Anna's the one that told me. I don't know. And I just found it really annoying because they do like ads, but now I get it. I'm like, they have to do ads to keep their business, whatever. But I just skip through them because now I realize I'll just skip through it. It's a lot easier than not listening to it. So I listened to like 4 of them today, and it like changed the game for me. Like, you see, this whole call came from these podcasts. So, it's really awesome. It's called Entrepreneur on Fire. You can find it on your podcast app. I don't know if it's like on any other kind of app, but I love that. The other ones I listen to are obviously Shailene, but I listen to both of hers. I listen to the one that has to do with business, but also like building your tribe, but also about like just your life in general. And she has a lot to say about life in general that also helps in your business. Again, self-care is a better business, and she stresses that a lot, and it really motivates me in the morning to make sure I'm taking care of myself first. And I don't really listen to many other podcasts, but I like get in there if someone puts it up, like Anna puts them up sometimes, and I'll like listen to it then. But just find what works for you. Like, I like Entrepreneur on Fire though. You'll like it if you start listening to it. You got any other questions, Carla?
No, I think that was it for right now.
Okay. Anybody else before I end? Are we all good? Thumbs up if we're all good. Okay. So again, thank you guys for getting on. I'm really glad whenever you guys make time to get on these calls. I know that we can post them and record them. Okay, hold on. Both of you? Melissa too? You got a question? No? Okay, Kay, hold on, Kay. I got you. I see you, girl. Relax. You're on fire. Go ahead.
Sorry, you had the lights on because I'm trying to put Christian to sleep. Anyway, I'm really having a hard time finding my target. Like,
you're a mom, so that is first off. You have the PCOS, which is another thing. That's how we met, right? So we'll talk about that more. Like, I'll really pull it apart with you privately. Like, let's go through what your life is about and what your daily day is like. And I know a few things off the top of my head that I wouldn't say in here because it's, you know, private talk, but we'll talk privately and then you go with what you're comfortable with, right? Because honestly, the biggest thing for everyone with their target is always like the comfortable factor, but it takes time to get there for everybody. It's still hard for me when I talk about certain things. And I said that today or yesterday in my post about my body, right? Like I had to admit that I gained back 6 pounds. That's really hard for me. I try to come off like I'm doing everything right, but I'm not always doing it right. So I had to admit that to myself, which was number one. And then I admitted it to the world, and that's really hard. And if you think it's not because I'm like posting all my crap, it is. It's hard for everyone. We all don't want to see those pictures. Darby can never even find a picture of herself from when she was heavier because she's like made sure they all don't exist anymore. So, you know, that's what it's about. Just we'll talk about what I think you have a good market in, and then we'll go from there. And then you what you think from there on. Okay.
Okay.
And that's a good point. If you feel like you don't know what your target market is yet, still ask someone else because someone else sees things differently than you see it. So sometimes I think I'm one vision and then I see myself in a complete other vision, and someone else sees me in a complete other vision, and I kind of have to find that vision to make it work all together. So talk to your coach or your friends that are in this business or your success partner that you should have if you don't know what your target market is not or what it is, okay? So let me finish up so we can all go. It's 9 o'clock and I'm tired, but so I have a really big day of dyeing my hair tomorrow. So thank you guys for getting on again. It's really important we get on these calls. Like I said, watching them recorded isn't always the same feeling. It's not the same vibe. So we definitely want to be on the same page with each other. There is no training in the back market as far as I know, Carla, but I'll recheck that for you, all right? And if not, like I said, ask your success partner, ask your coach. That's the best people to give you the insight on what they think your target market is. And that's it. I'm gonna end now. It was really great seeing all you guys tonight. Thank you for being here. I'll post the recording, so tag your downlines in them or anybody that you think needs to see this. And I love you guys. Have a great week, and that's it. I hope you had a good Thanksgiving.
Thanks, you too.